Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs channel and happy Wednesday morning to you all. And I'm back live. I know I've been missing for a couple of days. I've not been very well. I'm still not 100% right, but I'm well enough. That's the important thing. But anyway, Spurs play tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. kickoff at home to AZ Alkmaar, needing to overturn a 1-goal deficit in the second leg of the Europa League. So when we talk about that game, we'll be talking about how massive that game is going forward, not just for the rest of this season, but I think, going forward for other seasons following. There's a lot of things that if the worst was to happen on Thursday or tomorrow, I would think that Spurs are in for a very, very, I'm just going to label it interesting time over the next 6 months to probably 18 months. So we'll talk about that as well. But we're going to be positive. We're going to hope that we're going to get through and we're going to do our job and we're going to talk about it. I just want to say good morning, Sonia, Spurs, Dragon, Al Dante. How are we all? And look, I am really, really excited for this game tomorrow. I think, looking at that first leg, so not the game that we played earlier on this season with AZ Alkmaar, which we won, which was at home, 1-0. So technically, if we do that again, it goes to extra time. If we just think about that first leg, we were poor. We were poor. And there's nothing wrong to say that, okay? We were. It's in the past now, so you can move on from it, but we were. We acknowledge that. But that's half time. We're at half time. Think of this tie, right? Half time. That's where we're at right this second, okay? It's 1-0. We're 1-0 down at half time, okay? The way I look at this tie, the way I look at this season as a whole, this season as a whole has been pants, okay? It has been. However, whichever way you want to look at it, there's a few positives come out this season. Bergwijn and Gray and Spence. The excitement of those sort of players. But for the most part, it's been pants. But you can ironically change that a little bit. You're not going to fix everything this season. You're not going to win the title. You're already out of the domestic cups. But this is the one cup that I tell you what, when you talk about the idea of if Spurs finished 17th but won a European trophy, how would you feel? And we all went, well, it's not ideal, but it's also a trophy. So, that's also Champions League football. And for the club, that's massive. I think there's a stigma, obviously, around trophies. But also, if you bring it into the real world and you think of Spurs' spend, Spurs earn good money. They turn over lots of money. They bring in lots of money into the club. Well, that's because you have European football. European football, you get more games to play at home. Therefore, you got more match day revenue. You get, obviously, sponsorship increases. You get TV rights. You get a lot of things from being in European football. If you are not in European football, and it's something that Man United are seriously worried about coming into next season, your sponsors can charge less potentially because they're not going to have as much of a reach when it comes to their product and brand. You have a situation where because of that, then you can't spend as much on transfers, which is factual. Regardless of how you think Spurs turn over money or not, it is just factual. The less money you make, the less you can spend. Now, in Spurs' case, yes, they could spend a bit more. I get that. I'm not denying that. I'm just telling you some facts. But winning this not only clears up the stigma of winning a trophy, but also we should be looking at it as Champions League football. And for me, I'm not worried about that as a whole just yet. I'm worried about tomorrow. Okay. I am worried about tomorrow. Tomorrow is 90 minutes of football to continue this season on. Without the season, in theory, somewhat feeling over. The season won't officially be over until the last game is played, but you always have that feeling that it feels over. Now, I do think we are progressing tomorrow. I do. AZ Alkmaar are not that good a team. We have already beaten them this season as well, so it's not like it's something where we've played them once, we've already lost, and we're a little bit unsure and a little bit uneasy. We've beaten them already once this season. We should be looking to beat them again, okay? I think the team that you're going to see tomorrow play, in terms of the players from the squad right this second to play tomorrow will be a much, much better squad and team than when we played them earlier on this season at home when we won 1-0 in the league phase. Okay. Yeah, look, Ajax and Frankfurt the round after that. Lazio, I think it's like Olympiacos or other teams after that. Bilbao, United on the other side. It doesn't matter. These teams, all of those teams do not matter. Simple as that. Because if you don't go through it, what's the point of me? What's the point of me thinking about the Europa League? So, thinking about the Europa League, let's get into it. Let's talk some stats. Let's talk some injuries. Let's talk all sorts. I've got some wicked stats for you, as I always get you. Tottenham Hotspur have won 4 of their last 5 home European matches against Dutch teams. The one loss was obviously in April 2019 against Ajax, which was the first leg of the Champions League semi-final. AZ Alkmaar have lost all 9 of their European away matches in England, losing to 8 different teams. It is the worst 100% losing record away to English sides of any team major football history. Tottenham have scored in each of their last 29 home matches in the Europa League, the longest scoring run on home soil in UEFA Europa League history. That's pretty cool. The last time they didn't score was in a 0-0 draw at Lazio in September of 2012 under AVB, the man with the most glorious of beards. Gotta have to star mine after his. AZ are winless in the last 10 away major European matches, having drawn 2 and lost 8. Since a 2-1 win in March of 23 against Lazio. Lazio, they're appearing a little bit too much in this for my liking. Tottenham, this is a great one, by the way. Archie Gray's a rock star. This is a great stat. Tottenham's Archie Gray has started 9 Europa League matches this season and could become the first English teenager to start 10 games in a season and just the second to play 10 times, along with Marcus Rashford, who did it for Man United in the 2016-17 season where he featured 11 times. That's a ridiculous stat. Now, I didn't find that. That was all from Google, but you know what I mean? That's just bonkers, all right? And he is a rock star. Morning, Jake, Bazza, Rec, Martin, Kate, Daniel, XL, Steve. How are we all? Look, regardless of that, there's some stats there that are in Spurs' favour. We score goals in the Europa League, right? At home, at least. I mean, ignore the first leg. We score goals in the Europa League at home. Okay, we have a fantastic home record in the Europa League as well. We have a good record against Dutch teams at home in the in Europe. So a lot of those things are going to stand in your favour. Now, just have a quick look at AZ Alkmaar fixtures. I want to see how they got on at the weekend. Bear with me. Should have had it up ready to. They've not played at the weekend. They got a week off. The last time they played was Spurs last week. Okay. So they're coming in fresh. It just feels like they never play. Feels like they just never play AZ. I mean, then again, I say that they obviously came in the first leg with off the back of multiple games and looked like they'd never played for 2 weeks. We obviously hadn't played in over a week, and we looked like we had played the day before. So sometimes it's really irrelevant. And actually, sometimes I think playing football more regularly can benefit you over, having time off. Ironically, I think it benefited us at first, and it feels like it hasn't benefited us as much since. So maybe we're just going through peaks and troughs, like it's the stock market, peaks and troughs. I'm buying low. Buy all of it now, right? And then when we win the Europa League and sell it all, make loads of money. No, I'm joking. Ryan, how are you, my friend? But yes, look. Anyway, this game, a little bit of updates on some injury side of things. We do potentially have a new injury. Kevin Danso, this is according to Football London, Analysis of Gold, saying that after the weekend's game, he looked to be struggling towards the very end of the 2-2 draw against Bournemouth and could be seen heading straight down the tunnel at the final whistle, with the medical staff flanking him on either side as he held his right hamstring. Obviously, we'll know a little bit more from the press conference from Ange where that situation is. He'll no doubt be asked that by someone to say, where are we at with injuries? Obviously, I don't foresee Kulusevski being back at all. I think he is still going to be back after the international break. I don't see him being back before then. Um, just trying to think. Ben Davies. Ben Davies. I believe Ben has been in training late last week. Late last week, was it? Might have been late last week. There is a chance that Ben may feature in the squad, supposedly. Obviously, we'll wait till the Ange press conference to give us the full shout. So, look, you might slapping the mic. Apologies. You might lose Kevin, but you might get back Ben. Um, we'll sort of see on that side of things. But look, Romero played 60 minutes against Bournemouth. You had Mickey that sort of played about 30 minutes. I'm not going to give you the exact numbers, but you know what I mean. It's about 60 and 30. You would expect them both to take another sort of step there in their recovery. You know, would Romero give you 75, 80? Would Mickey give you 45, 60? I mean, look, we got to be real here. We got to be really real. All right. Forget what happened at Chelsea when they both came back and got injured. Do we feel like they just got to play? You know, losing Kev, you know, if Ben's not 100%, are we all just sitting here going, we might have to risk this? I don't know what everyone feels about that. Maybe is that a bit mental? Maybe am I a bit too far fetched? I just want to get your sort of vibes on that. With this being, you know, a must win game, you know, a draw, you're out, a loss, you're out. This is a must win game. Are the big boys going to have to play? Both of them start. Or do you think Ben's good enough to give you another 60 and then you go, Mickey, bang on you go, lads. What are we thinking? Are we thinking of Ben? Let's do a poll. Here we go. Let's do this. For the centre back, Mickey Cootie. I doubt it. I mean, let's do this. Because I don't think you're going to get Davies and Mickey starting just because of my left foot agenda. And ironically, I have to put in Archie Gray for this, which I feel sick to do. Just going to give you a few options. I've covered everyone, haven't I? Yeah. Okay. Vote in that poll who you think the centre back pairing might be. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Wenger out. Yeah. Thank goodness for the Argentine doctors. Well, someone's got to be able to do a job and get players fit. Maybe we should send Romero to Argentina. Players that we're missing for 3 months must finally take responsibility tomorrow. They should both start as it's a home game. Is Dancer with the Argentine doctors or extras from Holby City at hospital? Wait, wow. That is an absolute shout. Holby City. Showing some age there, Simo. Showing some age. That, or you spend too much time watching daytime TV. But yeah, keep up your work. Just do what you're doing. I've been watching from you from the last year. We'll continue, even though you're pushing 40 Excel. Oh, Jesus, Excel. Pushing 30, mate. Pushing 30. All right. You leave me alone. You leave me alone, Excel. Need our best. Van der Ven and Kuti, easy. It can be Ange last game. He has to have the top team. Only 30 minutes late. Morning, Steve. How are you? Or evening, Steve, for you, my friend. You like casualty more, in fairness. Home and away? Are you a home and away guy? I quite like The Chase on ITV. That was The Chase. Yeah, that's it. That and Tipping Point. I love Tipping Point. It makes me feel like you're on those arcade games where you drop it down and it pushes out the coins. Oh, why am I so old? Jesus Christ. Okay, let's have a look at the poll. Right, so no one thinks Archie and Ben. I don't think so either, to be fair. 9% think Ben and Romero. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one that people are less sure on Ben and Romero being the two than Archie Gray and Cootie being the two. That's fascinating. I quite like that. But with the overwhelming look is it's Mickey and Romero. Yeah, I mean, look, right. Well, I'm going to let that poll stay up. If you haven't voted in the poll, please vote in the poll. It'd be very much appreciated. I want to get your thoughts and views. I'm going to end the poll in a minute or two. Just want to give last few comments before I give it on there. Krypton Factor, I like horrible histories. Morning, Andy. How are you, my friend? Solid name, that, Andy. It's a very solid name. What about Mickey and Archie? I don't think it'd be Mickey and Archie. That's why I didn't put it in there. plus only get 4 slots, so they're the 4. Crystal Maze, yeah. Neighbours home and away was 13-year-old me passion if you get oh, Jesus, yeah. Leave it there, Simo. Look, on the centre back side of things, look, if both those boys can give you at least 60 minutes, and if Romero can give you 90, right? So if Romero can give you 90, and let's say Mickey gives you 60, on you go, boys. And you look at Ben and you go, Ben, 30 minutes from the bench. 30 minutes of your top class football, please. I think you go that route. Now, look, you are risking it. These guys have missed a lot of football. You are risking it, but you are down centre backs. You're down 2 centre backs in Radu and in Kev. Now, if Kev was fit, Kev would play, in my opinion. But you are down 2 centre backs. You are really having one arm tied behind your back in that regard because yes, these guys are back, and yes, they're absolutely mustard, and I love both of them. They're obviously not remotely fit. They've both missed a lot of football over the last sort of 4 months. Ben, obviously, a little bit older than the two of them, has missed some football, has had some niggling injuries, but has played through them for the most part. A part of me thinks if Ben's ready to go, Ben plays. All right. And I think it'll be Ben and Romero. And I don't see Romero. I don't know if Romero plays. I don't know if Romero plays the full 90, by the way. I'm not going to deny that. But look, if these two guys can go, these two guys play. But we also have to be aware. Can I just get this out here early doors on the airwaves? You and me are talking. It's just you, and it's just me. If one of them gets injured, we do not complain. Okay? Because if we're doing it, and we look at this game as must win, it has to play. The big boys all going to play this game. If one of them gets injured, I don't want to hear a peep from any one of you or me complaining that they've been rushed back. We've got no centre halves anyway, but 2, this is must win. They've got to play. All right. So are we all in agreement? We can all make a fair trade. We're not going to be Twitter people. We're going to be Twitter warriors and keyboard warriors and complain about it. If they play and they're good to play and it's a must win, we're not going to complain if one of them might get injured. Yeah. Because basically what I don't want to hear is someone complain about it like the day after or on the review. Oh, can't believe Ange rushing them back. Ange rushing them back. I'd be like, I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. It's a must win. We're down 2 centre halves. Ben's not fit. These pretty much are the 2 centre halves. I just want to agree if we do it. Okay, let me end that poll. I'm glad. I'm glad to see Ben and Archie and Ben got at least a little bit of love in the end. Fire squad announcement. We'll say my side is 6-a-side society's football team won our playoff semi-final, so we can play in the big boys soon. Oh, atta boy, Bazza, atta boy. Well, Spurs can't win a trophy this year, Baz. It will be on you. This game will show whether the players are playing for Ange. I think the players are playing for Ange. I would say that. I just think they're so drained of confidence that I think you could instead of them trying to ping that part. Like I was watching videos of like Ange just earlier on this season. It wasn't even like last year. It's earlier on this season, and it was like we were pinging passes. We were switching play and all sorts. And I think a part of that is down to sort of the Romero Mickey ability to play out from the back. They're really great at playing out from the back, and Romero plays through the lines, and you can see like amount of times like Madison or even Porro are just in bucket loads of space, and Romero will find them. It's crazy to think like that was about 6 months ago. Not even talking about last year. Like 6 months, we were a little bit fitter. We were absolutely Rolls Roycing it out on that pitch, and it's just like it's crazy how dreaded like the situation is that how far their confidence levels have fallen. And maybe what they need is a bit of a AZ gets sending off and you're playing against 10 men and you can start knocking it around with a bit more speed, knowing that look, if you lose the ball, you're against 10 men. I don't know, but you know what I mean? Start Ben Davies and Gray unless Romero and Van Ven and Lenny King will step in. Agreed, Sonia. Appreciate that. Cozy. Hi, Andy. Our season will continue on this Thursday and conclude on the 21st of May in Bilbao. Romero, powerful headed goal on Thursday. Ooh-ah. Would I sell Romero if it meant we would get Guay? He's more reliable, less rash. He helps homegrown quotes, and I really rate him. Give me Guay as well. I don't think he's. Yeah. I really like Mark Guay. I do. I really, really do. And I said he was one of England's best players at the last international tournament. like, I don't think he's as good as Romero. I think Romero is, when healthy and not rusty after the weekend, obviously, and an amazing centre back. But you also have that situation like, well, look, we'll have we'll have a conversation really quickly. The most logical area, sorry, the most logical team that he goes to is Real Madrid. If they do not want him, he stays. That's the way I look at it. Okay. Oh, do you know what? Romero screams Atletico Madrid. Why the hell is he not Atletico Madrid? Like, just aside, if he was like a different, if he didn't play for Spurs, he'd be perfect for Simeone. Um, but no, I don't see him leave. I have a weird feeling that I don't see Romero leave this summer. But if he doesn't leave, treat it as like we've got a 1 year extension on this idea of Romero and Mickey van der Ven. Let's get some players fit. Let's buy some absolute quality. Let's surround these players who are quality with quality. And you've got a chance because that's all these sort of players want. Like Harry Kane wanted that. Romero wants that. These sort of players who are just ambitious and want to win, but they want to give you a chance to meet their ambition. And they're not asking you to buy players worth £100 million and 10 of them. They're asking you to go, we just need some help now, and I get where they're coming from. And at the end of the day, it's their career. It's a very short career. They want to maximize it, not only monetarily, but, success. So I get it. And Ramirez tasted real big time success. He's won a World Cup. He's won 2 Copa Americas. Like, the guy has won huge tournaments. We should be looking at that going, oh, we got one. We got one. We got a winner. We got a big time winner. And people will go, yeah, it's because he plays with Messi. It's like, trust me, Messi didn't win trophies with Argentina with all those amazing attackers, Lavezzi, Tevez, Aguero, because he had only had Mascherano at the back. Now they've got some defenders at the back, Molina and Otamendi and Romero and obviously Martinez in goal. You think of De Paul and Paredes and, all these players that can defend, they look so much better because he can now do what Messi does. And, Messi's incredible. Messi's lazy. So is Ronaldo. They're both lazy. But the reason they're allowed to be lazy is because they can do so much in the attack. So Romero and those guys help Messi to do those things. It's not the other way. It's not just the other way around. It goes both ways. So, I would, if Romero was to leave, I'd love Mark Guay. That's my long answer. Sorry. Trump and JD Vance, eh? I wouldn't start off they're not fully fit. Sorry, start Arteta's worse disciplinary record than Romero. It's true. How can you blame the players when the 90% players are playing bad? It's the manager's fault. How can you blame the players when the 90% players are playing bad? It's the manager's fault. Oh, I feel like there's a few commas missing in their Excel that I'm not truly understanding what you're saying, mate. Sorry. If they get injured and we lose, then does it really matter? I mean, people criticise against Bournemouth, but we're missing Kulusevski. No, we were missing some players from that game. You're not going to win every game. I get that. We probably should have played better. I mean, you think 2/3 of that game we stunk up the gaff. We scored a fluky cross. I mean, people go, Kepa gave us the draw. It's like, yeah, but at the same time, you've got to have a player there to get the penalty. You've got to have the guy that passes the ball to the penalty. We were at that point in the ascendancy. After that, obviously, I think we just emptied the gas tank a little bit and the game just sort of petered out a bit. But we weren't good in that game, and I'm not going to deny it. But the way I look at it, glass half full, a lot of those players who have missed time over the last sort of few months all got more and more minutes. You know, Madison's not long back from that injury, got some more minutes. Jono, more minutes. However you feel they played well or not, I don't care. I really don't care. Romero, Van de Ven, minutes. Jesse Doggy, more minutes. Pape, more minutes. Yeah. Basuma, more minutes. Solanke minutes, So I think that only helps for tomorrow. Maybe I'm a little bit cuckoo for it, but I think that helps tomorrow. They're always fearful of timidity. Makes it look like non-Ange team. It's strange. It's weird, isn't it? Saw a video where Madison have said, Son, it's always the same play. Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that. I don't know what he meant by that. There's many meanings that you could read into that. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I get you, Andy. I get you. Coleman played well yesterday. Yeah, Bayern looked good, didn't they? They looked good. PSG, though. That's a team. That's a team. Do you remember we were linked with a Luis Enrique? I really wanted him. Well, at least for a bit I did. And then I might have changed my tune at the end. But tell you what, that Desiree Doué looks all right as well. People making things up about playing for Ange, unlike a big chunk of the fan base who couldn't care less about players, injuries, vitriol. He's always virtually defending his players. Yeah. Kane to win Champions League and Bundesliga, and then he can return to us. Kane wins the Bundesliga and wins the Champions League. There's a gold trophy that you win in about like November time. It's got a ball. It's on like a little stand. Yeah, it's about you, not the club. So it's a Ballon d'Or. Yeah, Harry Kane would win the Ballon d'Or. It's not dribbling merchant Vinny Jr. It'd be Harry Kane. The stats are there to back it. The titles are there to back it. Oh, Harry. Oh, won a Ballon d'Or, have you? Oh, Big Andy did tell people that if he wins the Champions League and he would win a Bundesliga and maybe a German Cup, then yeah, I think he would win a Ballon d'Or. It could want to be one of those ones that I prophesize. It's like 1 in 10 that I get right. That's probably the 1 in 10 that I would. The World Cup. No, the Ballon d'Or. How much is Nunes worth now? Do you mean Darwin Nunes? He has a ball on top. If Salah wins the league and keeps up his scoring, he should get a Ballon d'Or. Yeah, but if he wins the league and the Carling Cup or the League Cup, and Harry Kane wins the Champions League and the Bundesliga, Harry would win it. And Harry's stats also are so good. It's ridiculous. I know we're going to come back to the AZ situation in just a second. I just want to get this one out before I lose it. I mean, Harry Kane, 36 games played, 32 goals, 11 assists, 43 goal contributions, 36 games, Champions League and Bundesliga. Yeah, that's a Ballon d'Or winner. More than Eric, how are you? Levy hasn't the ambition to buy quality. That's why Kane left. The main thing tomorrow is the players need to show. Doesn't matter about the last week. The season tomorrow is our cup final. Well, look, let's be real about the AZ game. However you feel about Ange or not, if we get through, he's still in the job. If we go out, then it could be a case he's done. Not to say that I'm not saying like he would be absolutely, chopping block, heads off the shoulders, but I don't think anyone would be hard pressed to understand why he wouldn't be, if you know what I mean. Let's not beat around the bush. I'm just going to pump up these players with some serious F bombs to finish the tie positively during the halftime. Mark my words. Love it, DJ. Look, for me, starting 11, Vic. Still better than Donnarumma, by the way. Just because he can save a penalty doesn't excuse that Donnarumma makes howler after howler, okay? If Liverpool could actually have their shooting boots on yesterday, they'd have scored multiple. They were useless in front of goal. Vic for me in goal. Oh, fullbacks I'm having a struggle with. Jed Spence plays right back. Desi Adoghi plays left back. That's what I'm going for my fullbacks. Desi didn't play against Bournemouth, really. Yeah, I think Destiny and Spence is where I'm going for fullbacks. And I need a big game out of you, Destiny. I need a big game out of you on Thursday or tomorrow, sorry. Centre-backs. Romero. Got a feeling it'll be Ben Davies. Got a feeling it's going to be Ben Davies. Going to go Ben. I'm going to go Romero. But look, if old Mickey can give you 60, get your boots on, lad. And get yourself out there. If Mickey can give me 60, get your boots on. Get your ass out there. I want to see old Mickey flex those hamstrings. Oh, yeah, can I run at 50%? I'm still quicker than everyone else. I don't care. Oh, all right, Mickey. Okay, must be nice. Some of us can pretty much reach your top speed in a car only. Midfield. Right, Bentancur, missing. We know he is suspended for this game. Lucas Bergvall is going to start in this game because Lucas Bergvall is our best midfielder at the moment. Funny turnaround, I know. James Maddison has to start. He has to start. He looked lively against Bournemouth, but we also need him to start because if every player's hitting their stride, he's going to be massive. So give me Madders, give me Lucas, and at the 6, oh, is he going to go Pape? Or, you're going to be, I just feel like, I thought Pape played all right against Bournemouth. I do. I did think he played all right. But I would love to see a little bit of Arch in there, but I don't know if he will. I would go Gray, Bergval, Madders, right? But I think he's going to go Pape, Bergval, Matters. All right. Don't want to see Basuma start. I don't want to see Basuma start either, mate. If we get the midfield structure right, we win this game. Simple as that. Our midfield is our biggest weakness. Appreciated D boy. Mickey looked much sharper than Romero, but had bigger problems. Well, Mickey's actually played this year before this game, hadn't he? It was only 45 minutes against Elfsborg, but he had played. But Gray at the 6. Yeah, look, I would like a Gray, Bergval, Matters, but I think it's going to be a Pape, Bergval, Matters. That's my thinking of the midfield 3. Okay, your front 3. Your front 3. I'm struggling with this one. Solanke, if he can go, because he played 90 minutes first time back, it's a lot to take out of the body. If Solanke can go, Solanke goes. Matisse Tell right wing. Anyone thinking that's a bit mental? Matisse Tell on the right wing. What are we thinking of that shout? And then I think it'll be Son on the left wing. Son, Solanke, Tell. Ange has said that he wants to play Tell with Solanke. So that would, in theory, line that up. He's much better on the ball. Sorry, he's much better with the ball than Johnson. Like, his passing's crisp. His touch is crisp. He presses very well. That Bayern instinct in him just kicks in and he presses, so Son, Solanke, Tell, maybe. I think he'll go Jono. I think he's going to go Jono. Yeah, sorry, I was having a little bit of a think. I think he'll go Son, Solanke, Jono. I would rather go Son, Solanke, Tell, personally. Um, there's a couple in there, isn't it? The 6th position obviously has a question because I think if Bentancur form or not, if he's fit, he'll play in terms of a suspension. If he wasn't missing it, he'd play. I would love Arch, but I think it'll be Sarr, and I'd love Tell, but I've got a feeling it could be Johnson. Either way, we're winning. I don't care. I'll go 3-1 Spurs. I'm going for it. Shoot me. Pin me to the cross if I'm wrong. I'm going 3-1 Spurs. We progress, and then we go, hey, does Ajax want to come through here? We just dealt with, another Dutch side. We'll deal with you as well. Oh, Frankfurt, you want some of this? Just like you want some of this? Well, yeah. Take it to 10, right? I would first see Mikey Moore play, but he won't. Mikey can play on the right. Tell on the 10. I don't want Tell on the 10 because of Bergval and Matters. I don't see it myself. Johnson is top or near top scorer, so it makes sense. Everything's going to be all right. Relax, everyone. We will progress. Love it, Timothy. Love it. Let's get a poll in before I go walk a dog. I'm just going to put progress. We're going to go yes or no. That's it. Don't even need to know. If you think we're going to win 12-0, Steve knows we're going to win 5-0. But anyone else, I don't need to know if you're going to win 5-0, we're going to win 2-1, and we're going to take it to extra time, or 1-0 into extra time. Are we progressing? That's all that matters for me. Even if it goes extra time, it will do my anxiety no good. But are we progressing? That's the key thing in this now. I think we are. And I don't think it's going to go extra time. I think we're going to progress. We're going to win by 2, and we're going to get in there. You know, I'm going to see a Lucas Bergvall goal. You know, I'm going to see a James Madison goal. I'm going to see a Son goal. That's what I think. And he's going to be all right. 4-0 win, 3-0 Spurs. Give him optimism. It's not working. He's been pessimism. 5-0 loss. Fair enough, Steve. Squash will be flowing. I need to get some. I'm actually out. I need to get some. Let's have a look at the poll quickly. Prime Ange Ball masterclass incoming. Ooh, we will be there. That's the thing. Even the people that don't like Ange, they're all going, we really hope Ange wins tomorrow and this team wins tomorrow. Even the guys that really dislike Ange, they'll all, I mean, if they sit there and go, if we don't go through, he'll get sacked. Great. It's like, okay, you're not supporting the club. You're supporting an agenda. That's the way, you know. 71% think of you we do progress. 29% of you think we don't. Hopefully, all the guys wearing boots score 6-1 again for me. Oh, Jake's going conservative with a 6-1. I like it. 1-1. Sorry, can't see how we suddenly turn it on. European games were actually all right in those this season, for the most part. You know, we were right in Europe this year. That's in the cups we've been all right. That's the irony. It's the league that was shite. 2-0, Madison Cootie. I really think we'll see a 6-1 soon. If it's tomorrow, mate, it's a hell of a time to bring out a 6-1. We will be there. Dane Scarlett, 7 goals. He scores the own goal as well. Look, for the most part, we think we are progressing. That's lovely to see. Tomorrow, last minute thoughts, because obviously we'll have the press conference probably today. Last minute thoughts ahead of the game tomorrow. Make sure you join me, okay, for that. Keep your bell notifications on so you know when I'm going live. And yes, I will see you all tomorrow to discuss more about Spurs. I cannot wait for that game tomorrow and get my hands on that game. Thanks for everyone joining me. Thank you for all the best wishes as well. Cheltenham, I will be watching Cheltenham, don't you worry. I had 2 bets on yesterday. Both of them fell. You know who they are. Thank you all so much for watching, everyone. Look after yourselves. I've been feeling a bit under the weather, so look after yourselves. Wrap up warm, all right? It's not nice out there. And I'll see you all tomorrow to discuss even more Spurs. Take care, everyone. Peace.